2 years ago in Breckenridge, Colorado on April 20th at 4:20 p.m. To be precise, Mike Davis opened up the Pod Lounge. The 420 Club didn't just cater to medical marijuana patients. Any adult with a bag of weed could come inside, rent a vaporizer, and smoke out. Citizens of this quaint snowboarding village had recently voted to decriminalize pod possession, but local officials figured the Pod Lounge was a step too far and quickly shut it down. No matter. Breckenridge continued to be known as Colorado's most toker-friendly tourist town, the Amsterdam of the Rockies. While Breckenridge's tourism boosters have hesitated to embrace that label, at least publicly, they might change their minds with the passage last week of Amendment 64, the statewide measure to legalize the sale and recreational consumption of pot. Legalization will be a huge boon to the local economy, says Caitlin McGuire, the owner of the Breckenridge Cannabis Club, one of 5 medical marijuana dispensaries in this town of just 4,500 residents. Plenty of people will choose Breckenridge so they can experience our great outdoor beauty and then relax with a joint at the end of the day. Be that as it may, Breckenridge is approaching pot tourism like an intermediate skier would scope out a double black diamond, with extreme caution. Local leaders still talk about the fallout from the town's 2009 decriminalization law, which inspired some conservative groups to call for a boycott of the town. 50% of people thought we were doing the work of the devil, and the other 50% thought we were the most enlightened community around, says Mayor John Warner, who backed the law. Ultimately, Breckenridge's embrace of pot had no noticeable effect on tourism, he adds. Warner believes that the town council will probably embrace legalization within limits, no cannabis shops in the middle of town, and no pot leaf signs or provocative ads. The town doesn't want to scare away families with kids or attract the wrong kinds of visitors. We have lived in a little bit of a bubble up here, where the feds have not been targeting us, he points out, but as it becomes a little bit more high profile, I worry that we might see some sort of action from the Justice Department. So I don't see us becoming the Mecca. Of course, even if Breckenridge were to leave its pot regs up to Cheech and Chong, local ganja-nerds might hesitate to replicate the three-wheeling Amsterdam scene. The first people through the wall will get the bloodiest, says Dale Sky Jones, the owner of Amsterdam University in Oakland, California, which was raided by federal agents after its founder, Richard Lee, led the state legalization campaign in 2010. Federal crackdowns have crimped Oakland's pod tourism plans and scared other cities off of similar ideas. Given the risks, the first towns to try and normalize the marijuana trade may be the ones with less to lose. For instance, municipalities in the grittier post-industrial parts of Washington state, which also voted on Tuesday to legalize marijuana. Possession of small amounts of weed will be legal there early next month, and state-licensed marijuana stores could open by December 2013. And there's the pipe dream of pod farm tourism, legalized cannabis plantations with tasting rooms and you-pick buckets. Don't count on it, says Chris Van Hook, the owner of Clean Green, a California-based pot eco certification program. Some of the dozens of cannabis farmers he visits each year in the state's Emerald Triangle had considered the idea for their medical marijuana patients, but set it aside in the face of amped-up federal raids. If the feds don't immediately nip legalized marijuana in the bud, chances are that green travel will grow slowly as entrepreneurs and pod-friendly towns gauge how far they can push matters. Places like Breckenridge might be the first beneficiaries as they rely on pod stores to draw additional visitors, but stop short of visibly promoting them. Our current marketing focuses on the outdoors, culture, and the arts, and we are just continuing with marketing on those areas, says Rachel Zerowan, public relations manager at the Breckenridge Resort Chamber. As for marijuana, it's just not something that people bring up,